Hello, let's read Let Liberty Rise, How America's Schoolchildren Helped Save the Statue of Liberty. It was America's 100th birthday. The people of France were building a giant gift for their friends in the United States. It was an enormous statue, one of the largest the world was yet to see. Her name was Liberty. With her torch held high, she was a symbol of freedom and friendship between the two countries. But she was too big to send in one piece, so all 350 pieces of Lady Liberty, from the tips of her toes to the rays of her crown, were placed in crates, 214 in all, and packed together in the hull of a ship. Bon voyage, the French people cried when the ship Israel set sail across the Atlantic. It was the spring of 1885. 1 month later, the Statue of Liberty arrived at New York's Bedloe Island. Soon, workers were hoisting the heavy crates from the ship. They marveled at this gargantuan gift. But a colossal problem had been brewing. The French had asked the Americans to build a pedestal, a huge footstool for the statue to stand on, and it was barely half built when she arrived. When the statue weighed nearly as much as 40 elephants, she needs a strong foundation to hold her up. But funds for the pedestal had dried up, and few Americans wanted to pay the bill. Too expensive. Who needs it? What kind of gift is that? Her pedestal would cost more than $100,000 to complete. That's $2.6 million today, enough to buy 203,000 kids' tickets to Lady Liberty's crown. Even New York's richest millionaires turned up their noses. Without a pedestal, Lady Liberty would never rise. Like a giant 350-piece puzzle, crates still packed with her parts would be scattered about Bedloe's Island in the scorching sun and pounding rain. Poor Lady Liberty. And even though Lady Liberty had a mouth, a huge mouth stretching 3 feet wide, she needed a voice to get that pedestal built. Send her home to Paris. Ugh. That voice came from a man called Joseph Pulitzer. Like Lady Liberty, Pulitzer sailed to America from a foreign shore, arriving as a poor Jewish-Hungarian immigrant when he was 17. He taught himself English, fought for the Union in the Civil War, and worked as a lumberjack, waiter, lawyer, politician, and newspaperman. Eventually, Pulitzer bought a newspaper called the New York World. 2 months before Lady Liberty set sail, he knew she had to stand in New York Harbor, the gateway to America. When he heard about her plight, he was furious. Pulitzer wrote in the World, "Let us not wait for the millionaires to give money. Lady Liberty is not a gift from the millionaires of France to the millionaires of America. It is a gift of the whole people of France to the whole people of America." Then Pulitzer made a tantalizing offer. The World would print the name of every person who donated to the pedestal fund, no matter how small the sum or how small the person. Extra, extra, read all about it. The next day, pennies, nickels, dimes, and dollars poured in. A penny might not seem like much, but every cent in those days would be worth about 26 cents today. $1 would equal about $26. Who would like to give money for the pedestal? Newspapers across the country picked up the story. School children everywhere emptied their piggy banks. In the first week, the World raised more than $2,000. As weeks passed, more and more money rolled in. A young girl sent in 60 cents. "I wish I could make it 60,000, she wrote, but drops make an ocean. A poor office boy contributed a hard-earned nickel. Children from one family wrote that they had taken French lessons. We love the good French people for giving us this beautiful statue, and we send you $1, the money we saved to go to the circus. It says circus money, but they crossed out circus and wrote pedestal. Addie M. Berryman wrote, we are 14 little boys and girls, and we made up a club for the pedestal fund. Instead of spending our money for candy, we saved up. I made up this letter myself. I am the president. Two boys wrote, when we get to be big men, we want to say we helped build the pedestal. We now send you $13. Maybe we will have more. 12 public schools in Trenton, New Jersey collected $105.07. A kindergarten class from Davenport, Iowa, mailed in $1.35. In June, a $10 donation came from 1,000 students. Each child gave a penny a week for charity. That week, they sent their pennies to help build the pedestal. Every day the money poured in. Every day they were closer to reaching their goal. Finally, on August 11th, 1885, the world's headline read, $100,000. Thanks to 120,000 donors, school children as well as farmers, factory workers, policemen, immigrants, housewives, office clerks, and others, Lady Liberty reached her goal. The honorable rich, as well as the poorest of the poor, joined in common spirit for a common cause, Pulitzer proudly wrote, in the world. At last, there would be enough money to finish the pedestal. It wasn't just a footstool for Lady Liberty to stand on. With concrete walls 20 feet thick and 89 feet tall, it would become a magnificent anchor for the statue to weather the test of time. Once the pedestal was finished, Lady Liberty was freed from her crates. Slowly, piece by piece, she started to rise. First, workers assembled her metal skeleton. Then they riveted her copper skin. Up, up, up rose the statue until she was complete. On October 28, 1886, about 1 million people came to celebrate Lady Liberty's inauguration. A parade passed by Pulitzer's World Building, and soon everyone would see what America's pennies had built. See all that? There she stood, tall and proud, the Statue of Liberty, America's symbol of freedom and hope. After the celebrations, steamships carrying new immigrants sailed into New York Harbor. Holding her torch high, the Statue of Liberty welcomed them to their new home. And there she stands today, thanks to the contributions of people all across America and children just like you. And then here's a timeline, and you can pause to look at that more if you'd like. A timeline of the Statue of Liberty from 1865. And this page goes down to 1885. And here's the next page from more of 1885 down through 2020. And then it says about 4 million people have visited the Statue of Liberty every year. And here's more about the Statue of Liberty. It tells more details, little information bits. Okay, like the statue was originally called Liberty Enlightening the World. And there's a little bit more information. So, it also says here that the cost of the pedestal, originally thought to be $100,000, jumped to over 320,000 once construction began. Individual citizens and Congress helped foot the remainder of the bill. Money was still needed for an electrical system and planning an inauguration. Congress approved the final $56,500 on August 3rd, 1886. And when the Statue of Liberty was completed in 1886, she was one of the tallest structures in the Western world. At 305 feet and 1 inch, she was the tallest structure in New York, and that measurement's from the ground to the tip of her torch. Inside the Statue of Liberty are 354 steps leading up to the crown. And then here's more information that you can pause and read if you care to. Pictures of how it happened. And more on this side. See, pieces of the statue were popular tourist attractions while the work was under construction. And over on this one, it tells about the Liberty's torch and part of her armor displayed at the 1876 Centennial Exhibition in Philadelphia to stir up excitement for fundraising. People paid to climb through the arm and stand on the torch's platform. And the left and right eye images create the illusion of a 3D image when viewed through a stereoscope. And one last picture of Lady Liberty in about 1905. That would have been an impressive structure to see when you're coming into New York Harbor. And one last quote there. To the editor of The World, I am a boy 9 years old, and I have earned 25 cents, and my sister Ina earned 15 cents, and Ma gave my baby sister Amy 10 cents. 23 and 15 and 10 equal 50 cents for the pedestal fund. That was called Let Liberty Rise. How America's schoolchildren helped save the Statue of Liberty. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you subscribe. I hope you come back often.